Thanks, Gordon. I really got to say that I'm super jealous for all these facts and figures, concrete numbers that you guys have about the value of sport fishing, because we don't have these. We have a few little studies, few little examples here in Finland that have been made that I and the fish activists and the fish lobbyists and the pro-fishing politicians have been able to use against the Ministry of Agriculture that needs a big change in their fishing politics. For those that weren't here yesterday, my name is Jasper, and I'm a Finnish film actor, and but first and foremost I'm a fly fisherman and I guess a full-time fish activist, fish lobbyist as a hobby. Takes most of my time nowadays. For the past couple of years it's been a full-time job. One magazine titled me the chief of the guerrilla warfare for fish, which comes from a Facebook activist group. We have a group of about 1,600 fish activists here in Finland that are highly active in their work. Anyway, I explained the whole thing yesterday, so I'm not going to get into those details. But there were some talks about certain projects that have been initiated here in Finland. I'm involved in this project called Project FISHRUN that has three different directions that we want to take the whole fish activism. Looking after our waters, looking after our fish stocks, sustainable fishing, studying fishing, fish economics, hydropower, and so on. I will be quite brief and just explain what these are. All of these three projects are a way for anybody, for people to get involved and to pitch in, to chip in, but also, and maybe more importantly, for companies and entities and businesses to take part in saving our waters and protecting our fish. The first project that we have been launching is a project called RIVERWATCH, where companies can sponsor water quality meters in lakes, in rivers, in the Baltic Sea, hopefully one day around the world. So a company, and remember, companies always have money for charity work, for green projects. All companies want to do something good. We try to provide them ways, easy turnkey solutions, so that they can actually take part in saving our waters. Either the waters that are right next to the company, the river that flows by, or on a great global scale, saving the Baltic Sea, monitoring the water quality in the Baltic Sea. Basically, how RIVERWATCH works is water quality meters that are sponsored by a company or an organization, an institution, are put into a water system. They transmit data onto a smartphone app that anybody can download for free and monitor, their lake that they have the summer house in, their favorite rivers, and as soon as there's something drastic, which unfortunately happens here in Finland and all around the world, different reasons, agriculture, other sources of pollution, you name it. As soon as something happens, they can send out alarms on Facebook, on Twitter, alert people and make sure that everybody knows what's going on. It's a way for companies to sponsor, basically take care of our waters. The next one is FISHRUN Grand Prix, which is a scientific migration research for the Baltic salmon. The research has been done twice now in the river Kymi, which is about 1.5 hours from here. Radio transmitters are put into the salmon that are migrating up to the river, and it is a scientific research that would have been done anyway. We turned that data from that scientific research into a game. Again, a smartphone app. There's a lot of people that love River Kymi. There's a lot of people that love fishing. A lot of people that love the Baltic salmon. people want to take part, they want to know, but it has to be broken down to simple, easy to understand, entertaining package, so that it doesn't take too much thinking. In Project FISHRUN, people can track the migration routes of salmon that companies can sponsor. They can track their routes on the map, which you see down in the right-hand corner, and bet on their favorite fish. They can make guesses. They can compete against each other on betting on, you know, which fish makes the biggest amount of kilometers per day. There's different ways there's different achievements and point systems and so on. And in the end, there's a Grand Prix winner, and companies are sponsoring these fish. We had Nokia as one of the main sponsors, or actually the main sponsor last time we did this. And Nokia had these different fish that were, you know, titled from their phone models. The Nokia Lumia fish was swimming in River Kymi. So at the same time, when people are even possibly not knowing that they're involved in saving the salmon, they will be doing it, because just by participating and playing the game, we get more and more awareness for a great cause. And again, companies get a very easy turnkey solution in doing something good for the environment. Last but certainly not least, I think this is by far the most intriguing initiative we have together with the Finnish Luonnonsuojeluliitto, Nature Conservation Association. Oh, you came. Last minute. FISHRUN electricity contract. We are trying to get 2,000 people to sign up and letting know that they're interested in buying fish electricity, fish ladder, fish weigh electricity. And at the same time, they're willing to pay a small extra fee in their electricity bill to make sure that we can build fish ladders. The first project will be Mustiojoki here in southern Finland, that used to be, before the dams were built, it used to be the most important salmon river in the southern part of Finland. It has no salmon left, no sea-run brown trout left. Everything is pretty much wiped out because of 4 dams. By getting 1,000 people to make the actual purchase, normal consumers, households, of this FISHRUN electricity, we can make sure that 4 fish ladders are being built in River Mustio. And when this pilot project will become a reality, when we actually manage to build those 4 fish ladders that actually work and people see the actual results, I believe it will cause an avalanche in the way people think about water power in general. What people demand from water power companies, how bigger water power companies, hydropower companies see the change in people's minds in what's needed and what needs to be done. And after we've been able to, in this river's case, unfortunately, I really want to just get a bunch of dynamite and detonate the whole place and blow up the dams. It's not possible. But in some other cases, in smaller rivers, it is a reality. If we can get these 1,000 people to make that electricity contract, change it from someplace else, and make this happen, the next project will be to get the next 1,000 people to change over, next 2,000 people, and start buying small dams and actually blowing them up. And when something as concrete as building fish ladders that work, restoring the salmon stocks, the sea-run brown trout stocks, or actually building up a dam, when that happens, it's something so concrete that everybody who took part in that change, they were a part of that 1,000 people who made that change. Also, again, this is the perfect turnkey solution for any company, any organization, organization that has the funds, just by changing their electricity contract into something else, they can be a part. It doesn't require a big investment. We're not talking about tens of thousands of euros, probably not even thousands of euros. We're talking about a very minimal investment. It's an electricity bill that these companies would be paying anyway. Right now, they're just paying just a little bit of extra, actually buying green electricity and actually making a change for the environment. And I was a lot quicker than yesterday. That's in brief, that's what we're doing. And we're really hoping to get all these projects rammed through here in Finland so that it can expand. Because when people see that this was actually a possibility, this actually became a reality in Finland, I believe that there's a lot of countries that have similar problems. There's a lot of places in the world that do radio tracking or satellite tracking for migrating fish. But that data is only used for scientific purposes. You could at the same time take that data that already exists and just implement it to a small iPhone app and make people aware and have a fun, entertaining way for people to actually be a part of the saving the fish. All right, thank you.
Yeah, question or a comment. I think it's wonderful initiatives and projects. I was wondering about this last one when you said that the salmon stock is totally wiped out. I think you would have a better chance of a really good result if you started this kind of project in a river where you actually have a salmon stock left, some remaining stock where you have breeding areas that are still in use. Because in this type of river you need to stock with a new salmon from nearby rivers. You're not sure that you have the breeding areas, you're not sure that you have the fish ladders high enough up in the system. It's a lot of work.
Well, the unfortunate situation is that we used to have over 20 salmon rivers in Finland with a natural stock of salmon, and there's 1.5 left.
Yeah.
And that 0.5 is shared with Sweden.
Yeah.
Neither one of those rivers have hydropower plants.
No.
Every river that has a hydropower plant has salmon stock completely wiped out. So we need to start from zero in Finland. I agree, that would be the perfect situation to be in. But the reality is quite grim when it comes to Finnish salmon rivers.
Yeah.
Just to comment on that the freshwater pearl mussel is one of the reasons in River Mustiajoki why the salmon is and brown trout is needed to come back.
Yeah,
just not only for the fish, but
not only for the fish.
Yes.
The freshwater pearl that was mentioned yesterday.
Okay.
For those who weren't here, highly endangered. I believe the youngest freshwater pearl mussels are about 36 or 38 years old, and they're nearing to the age where they can't reproduce anymore. So it's not only to save the fish; it's to save the waters and the river itself.
I was interested in the kind of the app and the water quality monitor. I don't know whether the situation is the same over here, but in England we have a lot of people that own fisheries, and they would be very interested in being able to monitor their water quality remotely as well, because in summer you end up often with low oxygen conditions and the fish die. So have you thought about selling the kits to fishery owners as well?
We want to spread this anywhere possible. It's a brand new project. We have literally just launched it. So we need to start from a local level to make it possible to expand. But like you said, that would be a perfect solution for anybody who's interested in their river qualities.
How much do the monitors cost?
I'll have to talk to the expert here. I'm just an actor. No, but they're state-of-the-art water quality meters that are affordable. We'll get into that. on. I'll get the figures.
There's
And they are affordable. We're not talking about humongous investments.
There are also wide-scale projects about water quality. I don't know whether you've seen the Eye on Earth stuff that's being developed to look at how people rate water quality. And then maybe a way of using data into that as well. So you get the broader global scale as well.
Sure, absolutely. All right, thank you.